Well, week one was good while it lasted. Good YouTube, it's Zach, and today we got NFL week two reactions. Hope everyone's having an amazing day so far. And yeah, last night sucked. Everyone that watched it in America, Sunday Night Football, I'd like to apologize on behalf of my favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings. We did not come out to perform, so let's get straight into all the other games. Starting things off on Thursday Night Football, which felt like a year ago. We had the Green Bay Packers destroying the Washington Commanders. I don't care what this final score was. The Packers have a championship level defense, and Jordan Love was able to maintain that offense. Yeah, as you can see, Jordan Love threw up 292 yards and 2 tuds, while Jaden Daniels, he really struggled in that first half, but started to get his footing in the second half. When your leading rusher is Jaden Daniels for the Washington Commanders, only getting 17 rushing yards. Remember, that's why Jerry Jones got rid of Micah Parsons, because they couldn't stop the run. Well, the Commanders couldn't run against the Packers, who's actually led by Micah Parsons. So, Jerry Jones moment for sure. And if you played Tucker Craft in fantasy, congratulations. I played against you guys. I envy all of you. But Packers, Super Bowl contenders, and there's not really much to say about this one. All right, up next we had maybe the game of the week between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Jersey Giants. I'm not entirely sure how the Cowboys even let this game get this close. As you can see, Russell Wilson for the Giants threw up 450 yards with 3 tuds in that game-breaking, back-breaking interception in, I believe it was overtime, that set up the Brandon Aubrey game winner. But even to get to overtime, the Cowboys had to drill a 64-yard field goal. Shout out to Brandon Aubrey. You absolutely carried us in fantasy today. Giants were not really able to run the ball, but as you can see, the receivers, 8. Malik Neighbors, 9 catches for 167 yards and 2 tuds. Wan'Dale Robinson catching a moon ball for a $142 and a tud. Dak Prescott didn't have that bad of a game himself, throwing up 361 yards and 2 touchdowns. Javonte Williams looks like a really good signing, as they're able to run the ball pretty well. And then obviously the receivers pretty much feasted as well. George Pickens getting his first touchdown as a Dallas Cowboy, and then CeeDee Lamb threw up a $112 and 9 receptions. Both of these teams are not going to be featured in power rankings. That's going to be coming out on Wednesday. Or sorry, it's going to come out tomorrow, Tuesday. And yeah, I mean, Cowboys guys got to win. Up next, the Seattle Seahawks were able to destroy the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Steelers, having the most paid defense in the NFL, giving up 31 points to a previous ghost experiencer is never an ideal situation. Sam Darnold, the former Viking, had a really good game, put up 295 yards and 2 touchdowns. I miss you. Please come back to Minnesota. I mean, J.J. McCarthy's going to have his substance. We'll talk about the Vikings in a minute. I could rant about the Vikings forever. The Steelers were not able to run the ball. 14 carries for 48 yards for Jalen Warren. Kenneth Walker was able to go over 100 yards, putting up 105 at a touchdown. And then if you had JSN, you feasted yesterday. Cooper Kupp also didn't have that bad of a game himself, having 7 receptions for 90 yards. Seattle, they're looking like they might be a potential wild card team, especially with the Arizona Cardinals looking as ugly as they do, and then San Fran being banged up. They just have to really worry about the Rams in their division, but Seattle, congratulations. Up next, they had the easy pick'em of the week, the Los Angeles Rams destroying the Tennessee Titans, and pretty much everything you need to see in this game is that Cam Ward actually didn't look too bad, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 19 for 33, 175 yards. I mean, he had to play the Broncos defense, who looked suspect yesterday, but still one of the better defenses in the NFL. And now the Rams front seven, maybe the 2 hardest starts for a rookie quarterback in NFL history. I had Kyren Williams in fantasy. He didn't do a whole lot yesterday, but Devontae Adams did pretty well. He probably had like 13 or 14 targets, because every time red zone came up, there's like 2-3 straight incomplete passes in the red zone. But Devontae Adams finally was able to punch one in there. The Titans are not nearly as bad as I thought they were. I mean, I'm still probably taking them over the Saints, Panthers, and maybe one other team. But Rams able to get the win. They took care of business. They moved to 2-0. Actually had the Buffalo Bills destroying the New Jersey Jets. I mean, I thought the Jets would have looked a lot better. Fields wasn't looking good before the concussion, and their leading passer was Tyrod Taylor for freaking 56 yards. Josh Allen did not have a great game, but he ended up, I believe, breaking his nose in this game. And a quick shout out to Mitch Trubisky, who his one completion was a 32-yard strike to Josh Palmer, if I remember correctly. And no, this is just going to be known as a James Cook game. 21 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. Breece Hall struggled immensely in this game. If you had him in fantasy, I'm sorry, but yeah, Bills able to get the win. They moved to 2-0. Next, we had the New England Patriots taking on the Miami Dolphins, and the Dolphins kind of made a little bit of a run there, and then they ended up choking it all the way in the fourth quarter. Drake May looking absolutely phenomenal. 19 of 23. 230 yards and 2 tuds. Tua was able to throw up over 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill finally had a pretty good game. 6 receptions for 109 yards. But I mean, the Patriots defense is supposed to be a little bit better. I mean, the Dolphins have the names on offense to throw up points, but whoever was going to win this game is going to be a much needed win. And will we be seeing Mike McDaniel on the Dolphins get fired before week 7. It's looking that way. We'll see how they perform on Thursday. Patriots got the win. Next, we kind of have a feels bad moment. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars losing to the Cincinnati Bengals. And even though the Bengals won this game, they're absolutely not winning. As you can probably see from this box score, Mr. Joe Burrow suffering a grade 3 toe injury. I mean, he wasn't looking really good before the toe injury, but Jake Browning went in there, threw 3 interceptions, and the Bengals somehow still came away with the win. Jamar Chase, an absolutely phenomenal performance. 14 receptions, 165 yards. Holy. T. Higgins was able to get into the end zone once himself, but this game's just going to be highlighted as Burrow, I think, is supposed to miss 3 months now with that injury. The Bengals season is effectively over. If they're able to maintain 500 when Joe Burrow comes back, then I guess that's a win in their books. But Bengals, I'm so sorry. Up next, we had the San Francisco 49ers able to knock off the New Orleans Saints. This was the Mac Jones game. I did a little alt 300 passing yards for Mac Jones, and he came just a little short. But I figured he would have a good game in this one. 279 and 3 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey only held to 55 rushing yards in this one. Spencer Rattler didn't even look that bad himself, going 25 of 34. 207 and 3 scores. Alvin Kamara 1 yard away from 100. Whoever put him for all of 100 rushing yards, that's what feels bad. But the Niners, they're just trying to weather the storm until they get some of their key guys back, like Brock Purdy and George Kittle. So Niners moved to 2-0, able to keep pace with the Rams, and who knows, they might be able to just sneak into the NFC wild card. Up next, we have the Baltimore Ravens destroying the Cleveland Browns. And if you would have told me the Ravens were going to win this game 41-17 without a rushing touchdown or Derrick Henry going over 30 rushing yards, I would have told you lost your mind, but that's exactly what happened. I mean, Derrick Henry, the leading rusher, 11 carries for 23 yards. This was just a Lamar Jackson dot experience. They went 19-29, 225, and 4 touchdowns. Joe Flacco looked okay, but this isn't even really the highlight of this game. As you can see in the box score, Dillon Gabriel was able to get his first career touchdown. I didn't see it because I was already, I think, done with Red Zone for the day on that stream. It probably was the Dylan Sampson because I remember the Cedric Tillman touchdown. But Dillon Gabriel went 3 for 3, 19 yards and a tud. And then, yeah, again, the Ravens weren't able to run the ball at all. Derrick Henry only 23 yards, 11 carries, kind of diabolical though. Lamar Jackson going 2 for 13. Zay Flowers, 7 and 75. But DeAndre Hopkins, he had 2 receptions. One of them, he was down inside the 1, which is an absolutely insane catch. And then the other one, obviously, was the touchdown. Devontae Walker getting some receiving touchdowns in here. But Ravens did what they had to do. They destroyed the Browns, and they're going to be pretty high in the power rankings. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Up next, we had the Chicago Bears getting absolutely walloped by the Detroit Lions. Dude, if you guys haven't seen the Ben Johnson post-game interview, I definitely recommend to go watch it. This was just a Jared Goff masterclass. You know, a light 334 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs finally came back to form. He had 94 yards and a touchdown himself. But this is where I officially lost in fantasy football. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 9 receptions, 115 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Absolutely destroyed me. I also had Rome Odunze on the bench who went 7 for 128 and 2 scores. It was just a feels bad all around. Let's just quickly get over this game. The Lions, I'm not going to say they're back just quite yet because they still have to deal with the Packers, but they are looking more and more like the team of last year, and Ben Johnson, you, sir, are in trouble. Next, this was my first incorrect pick of the week. Had the Indianapolis Colts, led by Indiana Jones, destroying the Denver Broncos. And no, this game is absolutely Bush League. The Broncos made the Colts miss the 60-yard game-winning field goal just for there to be a leverage 15-yard penalty on the final play of the game. Went from a 60-yarder to a 45-yarder, and I believe his name is Spencer Strader, if I remember correctly. And yep, Schrader, went 5 for 5, that game winner, 45-yard field goal. And the Broncos had this game in the bag, but they didn't deserve to win this at all. I mean, Daniel Jones, man. Daniel Jones is destroying arguably the best defense in the NFL. Went 23 for 34, 316 yards and a score. Jonathan Taylor, you know, just a light Jonathan Taylor type things, 25 carries, 165 yards. And again, yeah, the Colts went 5 of 5 on field goals. I believe, did they have a kick return for a touchdown in this game? I'm pretty sure. No, that they didn't. Was it a defensive touchdown? I don't remember who it was. But yeah, just a back-breaking game for the Broncos. They had this one in the bag. Bo Nix had an ugly interception late in the fourth quarter. And then I believe, Will Lutz freaking doinked the upright. His only field goal attempt of the day. It doinked, and Broncos, you guys made me upset. Daniel Jones and the Colts, welcome to the power rankings. This game pissed me off immensely. The Arizona Cardinals sneaking out a win against the Carolina Panthers. As you can see in this fourth quarter, they started making a comeback, Bryce Young and the boys, that is, but they were able to just sneak out of there. Bryce Young, 328 yards, 3 touchdowns. The rookie, Tettoria McMillan, 6 receptions for 100 yards flat. And James Conner was unable to run the ball in this game, 11 carries for 34 yards. I mean, both running backs really didn't have much going. Trey McBride went 6 catches for 78 yards. And just a quick underline, people like me who have Marvin Harrison Jr. in fantasy, what are we doing, bud? Your father's always going to be better than you. And yeah, Cardinals able to sneak out a win. I don't know if I want to put them in the power rankings. I mean, they beat the Panthers and the Saints, but I mean, they're 2-0, and there's a lot of mid football being played right now. Cardinals, congratulations, you got the win. Up next, we had the Super Bowl rematch where the Philadelphia Eagles were able to defeat the Kansas City Chiefs 20-17. And yeah, as you can see, if you haven't seen that Chris Jones clip when the Eagles are taking their final snap, Jalen Hurts 15 of 22 for 101 yards. I mean, this game was just pretty sloppy. Saquon Barkley went 22 for 88 yards. Patrick Mahomes was the leading rusher for the Chiefs in this game. Devontae Smith, 4 catches for 53 yards, but A.J. Brown made an appearance, had 5 catches for 27 yards. He actually played. Only 7.7 fantasy points. That's kind of diabolical. But yeah, the Eagles literally just did what they did. They drained the clock. They ran a little bit. Jalen Hurts got a tush-push touchdown. And as for the Chiefs, who went 1 score, 1 pick, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. But there's going to be a reminder that Travis Kelce had a horrible drop that led to a Philadelphia Eagle interception, which basically turned the game around for the Eagles. But a win is a win on the schedule. Eagles will remain in the top 4 in power rankings. Chiefs, they might be out of the list completely. The final game that I'm going to cover, because Monday Night Football has not happened yet, we had the Atlanta Falcons taking on my Minnesota Vikings. And as long as I said at the beginning of the season, as long as J.J. McCarthy looks solid, it's going to be a good season. He did not look solid in this game, let me tell you. 11-21, 158 yards, 2 picks. Michael Penix kind of on that Jalen Hurts speciality, who only needed to game manage a little bit because Bijan Robinson, or Bijan, who cares, Dejan, destroyed us. Like, absolutely just ran down the heart of the Vikings defense. Tyler Algier also had 16 carries for 76 yards. I mean, 39 carries for the Falcons in this game. I know Kyle Pitts had a couple good catches in this game, so it's good to know that he's still alive. And the Vikings, I mean, it just was not meant to be tonight. I mean, Justin Jefferson, 3 catches for 81 yards, and Jordan Mason was the leading rusher with 30. You're not going to win many football games. I said from the start this game was going to be ugly. I don't even think there was 1 touchdown in this game from Tyler Algier that came in the fourth quarter. So, Falcons, you guys got the win. I don't think either of these teams are going to be in the power rankings, but I mean, maybe the Falcons get an honorable mention. But that is, yeah. I have for you today. I'm going to make sure to recap the Monday night games when me and my buddy Cringy do our week 3 predictions coming out on Wednesday. Yeah, coming out on Wednesday now, just because I want to have power rankings come out on Tuesday, and plus we want to be able to talk about our Monday night picks. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Do you guys want me to do recaps every single week? And other than that, it's been Zach. I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.